Hey everyone, Keith McGinnis here at KCDC Designs out of Eagle, Nebraska. So we've got a layered marble design coming up that turned out absolutely amazing. This was a customer countertop where I used some grays and well, let's just get to it. So this countertop piece here, the large one, is about 45 square feet. What I'm doing right now is I'm just fogging the edges. And I'll fog the edges on all of my countertops. Not only will I fog the edges, but also the top surfaces as well. And what's really important about fogging those edges is on that 90-degree corner, which of course have been rounded with a 1/4 inch roundover, but on those 90-degree edges, that's where the epoxy is going to be the thinnest. So as the epoxy flows over, I want to make sure that there's color on those edges. What I'm doing now is applying a wash coat. And this is a very translucent black. So I'm using black Alumilite dye along with, it's primarily clear with some Alumilite black dye. What I want to do is I'm putting down a wash coat for a couple reasons. One of them is I want to have a wash coat there so the epoxy is going to flow better, because we know epoxy likes to go where epoxy has already been. But what it's also doing, as you can see there, is it's providing kind of an undertone and providing a little bit more depth. Kind of the same reason why I fogged the top surface, to add just a little bit more depth. After, and I'm using a shower squeegee, which works really, really well for putting down a wash coat. And what I'm doing now is just rubbing that in with my hand. I'm not real concerned about some of the areas that are a little bit heavy that you can see. Because as I pour the epoxy out, you're going to be able to tell that there's some areas where the epoxy is going to be a little bit thin. And you're going to be able to see that wash coat. It's going to shine up through or show up through the epoxy, and actually gives a really, really cool effect. It was kind of a happy accident. As I'm pouring out the colors right now, and the colors I'm using, that silver is that's the Stone Coat Countertop pewter, and then I added some deep silver to it because the pewter kind of had a bluish tinge to it. And then I have white metallic along with some diamond dust. And then I'm also using white pearl, which is a just resin color. And as you can see, I'm pouring those colors out very randomly. And once I get those colors poured out, then I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to meld those colors. I'm really not going to mix them together. All I'm really looking to do is just kind of skim over the top and fill in the empty spaces. So again, where you see that wash coat in there, if the epoxy is thin right in those areas, that's perfectly fine because it actually gives it a little bit more depth and another dimension. So with those colors that I applied, again, the white pearl, the white metallic with diamond dust, and then also the pewter with some deep silver added into it to kind of darken it up just a little bit. After I get all of these colors melded in, this customer had brown cabinetry. So I'm going to be adding in some brown. And I needed to decide if I wanted to pour that brown epoxy along with the other colors that I laid down. And then after doing a sample board, I decided that if I add that brown after I meld all of the colors, to me, it gave it a much better look instead of blending all together with everything else. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that brown metallic and I'm just going to lay out just some, but also trying to kind of stay along with the flow. And I'm not putting it in a lot of areas, just some, because we just wanted some brown accent. And again, it was basically just to tie in with the floor and also tie in with the customer's cabinetry. So you can tell it's not real prominent, but when you're standing over the top of it, it adds quite a bit. Look close and you can see those areas where that wash coat is showing through, really ended up giving it a really, really cool effect. So I really wasn't concerned with the epoxy being thin in those areas because I'm going to be adding in a fled coat. So what I'm doing now is I'm adding in some veins just using my stir stick. And those veins, the spray paint colors that I'm using is I'm using chestnut, champagne bronze, oil rubbed bronze, and metallic chestnut as well, and then also some black and some white. And I'm just putting some veins in there, and then once I run the veins, what I'm doing there is just using my heat gun just to soften those veins up a little bit to make them look a little bit more natural and to make them look a little bit more organic. Now that I have the veins in there, I'm just going to torch that out one more time to get any remaining air bubbles out of there. You'll also notice that I have the backsplash that's pushed up against the countertop. I like to do that because that way everything is going to flow together. So when I stand that backsplash up, all of those veins and that design and that pattern is going to match, and it's going to look more kind of cohesive, if you will, where everything is going to match up. So that's basically all that I'm doing to that piece, other than just getting the accent veins put in there, and I'm getting a few more. I tell you, what's really, really important is once you get your design down, periodically to step back and look at your project and kind of give yourself an overview instead of standing directly over the top of it, just to see how it looks and to make sure you like the way it looks. Here's the veins that I'm putting in with the spray paints that I mentioned, and I'm just spraying some paint on the stir stick, and then I'm running those veins in. And you just kind of have to go by the feel of when you're adding those veins, how wide you want them, or how narrow you want them, or how much color you want in them. And then it also depends too when you add those veins. So if you're adding those veins very early on in the pour, those veins are going to have more of a tendency to spread out because the fluid's more epoxy, or more fluid. And if you wait a little bit longer, then the resin is going to be a little more set up, and those veins are going to pretty much stay where they were. So let's just do an overview and kind of take a look at the end result. There you can see some of the veins that I ran in on the left. What I ended up doing with this one is the customer chose the ultimate top coat in the gloss finish. What she didn't realize, and I tried to explain also, is there's a lot of natural daylight, and the customer has under cabinet lighting, but she absolutely loved it. It really, really turned out nice. This is one of my favorite pieces I think that I ever created. But man, it just really looks like a piece of natural stone. The brown came out really well to tie in with the cabinetry, the veining. The areas where I ran that wash coat, that vein right there turned out really, really cool. And I don't know if you'll notice, but I like to run those veins close to the sink area and have a vein kind of go into the sink in one direction and then come out the other. Again, it's just very visually appealing to the customer. And there you can see one that kind of comes in one side and goes out the other. The colors really, really are fabulous and really came out nicely. If you can hear some noise in my background, I'm at RK3 Designs right now. I'm sitting outside and you hear some birds chirping and some cars going by. You know, I just thought it would add a little bit of, let's call it ambiance. But there's another one of the veins, to me, that just kind of took it to another level. But the colors, the white pearl and the white metallic with the diamond dust, this customer wanted a lot of bling. There you can see the backsplashes of how everything kind of flows together because of the way I had them laid down. There you can see a little bit more of the brown cabinetry that is the reason that I used the brown that was in there. And of course, because of the customer's request. So that's it. I'm gonna kind of just let the flyover continue for the next little bit here. And if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave your comments below. Please click the subscribe button and be notified of any upcoming tutorials. I hope you enjoyed this one. It really, really turned out nice, and I'm really proud of this one. It just, the colors, it's amazing what you can put together with this. So that's all I've got, everybody. Thanks again. This is Keith McGinnis with KCDC Designs. Please look me up at kcdcdesigns.com. Oh, there's another shot of that vein. Wow. All right, that's all I've got, y'all. Thanks again for watching, and take care, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks, everybody.